You wanna know a secret? One of Canada's best mattresses is now available to order right here in the United States. That's right. After a year and a half of extensive research, Hush created what they think is the perfect mattress. And I gotta say, they're onto something here. If you're in the market for a supportive hybrid bed, this could be the one. But before I dive into all the fun details, remember, you can find even more in-depth mattress information at mattressclarity.com. And hey, while you're here, make sure to click that subscribe button underneath the video. We're trying to get to 50,000 followers, and I know you can help us out. All right, let's get started. So Hush might be most well known for their comfy and luxurious weighted blankets, but they have just upped their game with this amazing Hush mattress. And it has all the qualities of a very luxurious high-end bed, but comes at a moderate price point. Psst, you can even save some more money with our coupons in the link below. But let's see what makes this mattress stand out, starting from the cover and working down. At the very top, you'll find some of Hush's Hush Ice cover. This is really just a fancy way of saying phase change material. We love this material here at Mattress Clarity, especially if you're a hot sleeper, because it's one of the only things that actually feels cool to the touch. But another great thing about this cover is that it's got a nice classic pillow top feel. Underneath the pillow top, you'll find a layer of responsive foam. Now, this is going to provide some decent pressure relief and allow you to sink into the mattress just slightly. You're not going to feel stuck in this bed, and it's still super easy to move around on. But finally, you get down to the support layer. And this is what makes this mattress really, really great, especially if you deal with lower back pain. So it's got a zoned coil system. Really strong coils at the bottom give it a long lifespan, but what makes it zoned is that you'll find higher gauge coils in the middle and lower gauge coils at the head and the foot. This means it'll feel a little bit firmer where you need it and a little bit softer under your head and shoulders. And because these coils are so strong, we expect this mattress to last at least 10 years. Sagging should not be an issue with this bed. Two of the most important things to consider are definitely firmness and feel. So let's get into it with the Hush mattress, starting with its firmness level. Now, for reference, Mattress Clarity uses a firmness scale that goes from 1 to 10, with 6.5 being the industry standard for medium firm. When I tested this mattress, I felt it was a little bit firmer than most mattresses, so I ranked it as a 7 out of 10. When it comes to its feel, this mattress feels pretty traditional as far as bouncy inner spring beds go. You got a little bit of a pillow top for some nice cushioning, and then those coils underneath really help you maintain a neutral alignment, especially when you're resting on your back. So one really great way to demonstrate this is with my squash ball here. So I'm gonna drop it from shoulder height, and we'll see how much it bounces. You'll see there's a good little bit of a bounce here, and that's thanks to the coils underneath, but the soft comfort layers does kind of absorb some of that movement. So overall, when you're on this bed, it's not super difficult to switch positions and move around because you're not gonna sink too deeply into it like you might on a memory foam bed. And of course, mattresses are gonna feel different depending on which sleeping position you prefer. So let's see what this bed feels like when you're resting on your back, side, and stomach, starting with your back. So I really think this bed was designed for back sleepers. It's got that zoned support system in the coils, which means that it feels firmer in some areas and softer in others. And I really notice it when I'm resting on my back. It helps me maintain that neutral alignment. Plus, the cushioning at the top helps me sink in just a little bit. Overall, a great balance of comfort and support, which is exactly what you need when you're resting on your back. When I move over to my side though, it's not perfect for me personally. I need a little bit more pressure relief along my shoulders and my hips, and this comfort layer doesn't really create that for me. However, lighter people might have a different perspective, but again, side sleepers, you might need to get a mattress topper for this one, just for a bit of extra cushion. So moving on to stomach sleepers. This mattress felt pretty good for me while I was resting on my stomach. Because this foam at the top is pretty responsive, I didn't feel my hips sinking out of alignment too much. Now, for reference, if you're resting on a super soft mattress on your stomach, you could start to develop some lower back pain over time because it doesn't keep your back super straight. But again, it kind of depends on your body type with this one. If you're a larger person, you might sink in a little bit deeper, or if you're smaller, you probably will maintain that neutral alignment. So to wrap things up, stomach sleepers on the lighter end of the spectrum should feel pretty comfy. Heavier people, not so much. Here at Mattress Clarity, we like to combine subjective opinion with objective tests. One of those tests is the pressure map. So watch closely as I rest on top of this on my back, side, and stomach. At the bottom of your screen, you'll see everything from blue, which means no pressure at all the way to red, which means that there is a lot of pressure. Now, if you see a lot of buildup of orange and red, that's a good indication that this mattress won't be super comfortable in that sleeping position. Pay close attention to what it looks like when I'm on my side, because most of the time you'll see pressure buildup along shoulders and hips. Let's check it out. If you share a bed with a partner, you definitely want to pay close attention to your mattress's motion transfer. What this means is if you're resting on one side of the bed and your partner comes in on the other, are you going to feel any of their motion come over to your section of the bed? One way we test it out is with a glass of water. So watch closely as I push into the comfort layers around it. If we see a lot of movement within the glass, that's a good indication that it doesn't isolate motion well. But let's see what it's all about. As I press into it, you see there's a little bit of movement here, but this is pretty typical for an inner spring mattress. So I would say that the motion isolation isn't amazing, but I have definitely seen much worse. So let's not just take this glass of water test as the only thing. Let's test it out in real life. I'm gonna get in on one side of the bed, and Tanner, behind the camera here, is going to hop in on the other. Another thing you want to think about, especially if you share a bed with a partner, is your mattress's edge support. And what this means is that if you're sitting or if you're lying near the side of the bed, are you going to feel secure or are you going to feel like you might roll off? Well, overall, I say the Hush mattress has great edge support. It only sags just a little bit when I'm sitting near the side. You might see me slipping just a little bit, but that's really all about this cooling cover here. With a fitted sheet around it, that won't be an issue at all. Lying down on this mattress, let's see how it is. You know, I would say it's still quite good. There's very little collapse underneath me here. I feel very stable and secure. So this is great news for partners because that means that you can utilize the entire surface area of the bed and not feel like you're going to roll off near the sides. Now I'll go over some of the pros and cons of the Hush mattress, starting with the pros. First of all, this mattress works really well for back and stomach sleepers. It's a little bit firmer than average, so if these are your preferred sleeping positions, it should work pretty well. Second of all, the Hush mattress is exceptional for people who suffer from a little bit of lower back pain. It has a nice zoned coil system, which will help you maintain a neutral alignment, especially when you're resting on your back. And finally, the Hush mattress works super well for people who love a traditional bouncy mattress feeling with a bit of a pillow top. Now I'll talk about some of the cons of the Hush mattress. First of all, in my opinion, I don't think this is the best bed for side sleepers. I mostly rest on my side, and I did notice a little bit of pressure along my shoulders and my hips. So if you're a side sleeper, you might need a mattress topper or just find a slightly softer mattress in general. Second of all, this mattress may not work well for people who want a lot of customization options. If you want to choose your firmness level, the cover, or anything like that, you might want to go find a different brand. And finally, the Hush mattress may not work well for people who want that slow-moving traditional memory foam feel. You'll get a little bit of that cushion up at the top with the pillow top, but overall, this is still a very traditional bouncy inner spring mattress. The Hush mattress is a bed-in-a-box mattress, so it'll arrive on your doorstep compressed inside, you guessed it, a cardboard box. So how do you unbox it? Well, first of all, you'll definitely want to get a friend to help you. These are really heavy boxes, so you'll need a bit of extra muscle. Once you find your friend, bring the mattress into your bedroom and cut open the top. pull out the rolled up mattress and place it onto your bed frame or foundation. Then gently cut through the layers of plastic, be careful not to damage your brand new bed, and let it off gas and expand for about 48 hours. After that, you'll be ready to rest on it. When you're buying a new mattress, it is always super smart to fully understand the company policies so you know what's covered and what isn't. So I'm gonna give a brief overview of what you can expect if you get the Hush mattress. First of all, they do offer free shipping and free returns. They have a 100-night sleep trial period, so you have plenty of time to test it out. And if you decide it's not for you, you can easily return it and get your money back. This mattress is backed by a 10-year warranty, and different bedding accessories like their famous and lovely weighted blankets are also available. Before I wrap up, I'll answer some of the most frequently asked questions about the Hush mattress. First of all, can you flip a Hush mattress? The answer is no. This one is designed with coils at the bottom, comfort layers on top, not flippable by design. If you were to flip it, you'd be resting directly on top of those coils, and let me tell you, that would not be comfortable. Second question, what if I don't like my Hush mattress? Don't worry about it. You have 100 days to try it out after you purchase it. If during that time you decide it just isn't for you, you can easily return it and get a refund. And finally, how long will a Hush mattress last? Well, based on its high quality coils and really nice comfort layer, we expect this mattress to last at least 10 years. All right, y'all, that's about all I have for you today. But if you need any more information about mattresses, pillows, and bedding, you know where to go, mattressclarity.com. And hey, don't forget that if you loved this video, there is tons more where this came from. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel so that you never miss another mattress review. Until next time, y'all.